Mike Mitchell Hedges, explorer and celebrity of the 20s, was a man who'd take on a crocodile before breakfast and before donning his trousers. Primitive tribes offered him their choicest brides and hailed him as a god. And using only a rod and line, he reeled in some of the great and monstrous creatures of the oceans. In 1924, in British Honduras, he found his buried city, Lubantun. Mitchell Hedges believed it was part of the lost Atlantis. With the local people, the Maya, he cleared the jungle from Lubantun's pyramids and platforms. On the last of these expeditions, he brought Anna, his adopted daughter, to the city. It was on her 17th birthday that they first glimpsed the crystal skull amidst the fallen stones.
For days we kept seeing something shining through the stones where the sun was giving. And of course we were anxious to get to that one spot. I went to pick it up because I had smaller hands than the other people did. And I picked it up and showed it to my father. And he just couldn't believe that we found this beautiful crystal skull. As you see, it's got all the little lumps that you have on your own head. And if you look deep down in the eyes, you'll see sockets down in the eyes. And the jaw moves like a human jaw.
Almost from the day of its discovery, this, the largest worked gemstone in the world, has been a mystery. Thomas Gann, who was there, and Lady Richmond Brown stayed silent. Mitchell Hedges simply said, "It is the embodiment of all evil." But the question remains, was it really an ancient symbol of death that took generations to fashion, or could it have been modern? The only hint lies in an uncannily similar but less intricate skull in the care of the Museum of Mankind in London. It was bought from Tiffany's, the New York jewelers, in 1898, property, it was said, of a Mexican soldier of fortune. Rock crystal is impossible to date, but the Tiffany skull does bear a faint trace, which could betray the moment when a modern cutting tool accidentally slipped. The tests begin on the Mitchell Hedges skull. It is weighed in water and in air. The result, it's genuinely pure quartz rock crystal.
Oh, that's very nice indeed. 2.65, which is just what it should be. That's absolutely great.
There are no telltale scratches on this flawless surface to help top gem expert Alan Jobbins date the skull of doom.
We see no positive evidence on it that metal has been used. There's no positive evidence of that, but it may have been very skillfully concealed. It's a skillful, sophisticated job. If it's made by primitive people, it's absolutely amazing, because the standard of workmanship is absolutely first class. It must have taken anybody who made this a very considerable length of time, even if he were using modern diamond tools and every modern device that was available to him.
The most likely source for quarrying such a large and immaculate block of crystal would be Brazil. But where and when it was worked are pure guesswork.
Whether it was worked in Honduras or Mexico, or whether it was worked in Europe or Japan or China, I wouldn't care to say. I just wouldn't. In terms of mystery concerning their origins, I think it's likely to remain a mystery for a very long time. I mean, the probability is that the material came from Brazil, and it came from Brazil probably post-1700, sometime like that.
But Alan Jobbins' theory is one with which Anna Mitchell Hedges totally disagrees.
The skull was made long before that, about 3,600 years ago. This is what the Maya people told us. I lived 7 years with the Maya people as a child, and I lived and ate and slept the same way they slept on the earth. And once you live with people who are so down to nature, you got to believe them.